If you see a bald man running around naked in a supermarket, don't assume that he's mentally ill right away, because there's a good chance that he's sacrificing himself for art. Walt, who was nearly 50 years old, had been collaborating with a drug lord and had been missing for 3 whole days and nights. In order to keep his family and the police from getting suspicious, he resorted to this extreme measure of running around naked in the supermarket. As expected, Walt was sent to a mental hospital, and his wife, Skylar, was informed to come and pick him up. Seeing his wife looking so exhausted, Walt couldn't hold back the tears in his eyes. But in this way, his suspicion was completely cleared. It was quite reasonable to say that a cancer patient, under great pressure, had run away from home, was in a trance during that time, and had no memory of what happened. At the same time, when Jesse came back, he found a police car parked in front of his house. According to what Walt had told him, as long as he didn't show up, the police wouldn't have a legitimate reason to break into his house. Jesse really had a moment of anxiety. It wasn't until the police car left that he led his friend into the basement and cleared out all the experimental equipment to avoid leaving any evidence for the police. Then, his good friend called his cousin to haul away the RV and all the pots and pans. After that, he asked his friend to report him at a public telephone booth 2 hours later. This was an important part of Walt's plan to clear him of any charges. 2 hours later, a group of heavily armed SWAT officers surrounded a hotel. Jesse was in the same room with his old lover. He was already prepared to be arrested. The next moment, the SWAT officers broke down the door, and everything was going smoothly according to the plan. At the police station, Hank asked him why his car was at Tuco's place. Hank believed that there must be a connection between Jesse and Tuco. Jesse looked completely confused and said that he didn't know this person at all. He had been staying with his old lover these past few days and had even left his phone in the car. His answers were flawless, but the more perfect his answers were, the more suspicious Hank became. Hank then told him that the car had already been found. After hearing this, Jesse kept praising their high efficiency in handling the matter. Then, Hank took out a money bag, which was exactly the cash that Jesse had left in the car. But compared to his life, the money was less important. Jesse said that the money wasn't his. Seeing that he couldn't get anything out of Jesse, Hank then started interrogating his old lover. Fortunately, the woman still wanted to keep Jesse as a customer. According to what Jesse had told her, the woman told them what had happened these past few days, and all of this was within Walt's plan. As long as the woman confirmed the statement that she had been staying with Jesse these days, Jesse would have an alibi to get rid of the suspicion. However, they miscalculated one thing, and that was Tuco's uncle. When Jesse saw him, there was only despair in his eyes. The uncle had a characteristic that he would ring the bell secretly to confirm something. This was really the end for Jesse. He knew that once he was identified, he would surely spend the rest of his life in prison. But at the crucial moment, the plot took a turn. When the police officer asked if he had seen Jesse, the uncle didn't ring the bell for a long time. But this definitely wasn't because he wanted to let Jesse off the hook. Once a big shot in the underworld, he had sworn when he was young that he would have nothing to do with the police in his entire life. Several people kept pressing him, trying to make him ring the bell in his hand, but the uncle refused them with his actions. All of a sudden, his face turned red, and with a great effort, he actually had diarrhea.